Hey y'all, I'm Rachel, and today for my skills video I will be showing you how to swing a bat in softball and like the stance and the different spots that you swing in. This is how I was taught how to swing in high school, so this is how I taught my 3rd and 4th grade girls that I coached in softball throughout the summers. Okay, so the first thing about batting is your grip. So you want your knuckles, your opposite knuckles, lined up because you don't want to choke the bat. You just want to hold it lightly and like make it feel comfortable. Okay, so the first thing that you do is you have to, after your grip, you focus on your stance. So your feet are about shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit bigger. When I was in high school, I was taught how to bat like this. So stance is shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit more. Your back leg is turned just slightly in, so it gives your legs more power when you twist. So you start stance, so you bend your knees and your weight is on your back leg. So stance, and then you trigger, which is just kind of loading up to get a good turn and swing. And then stride, we just lift our leg like that, just so we're balanced and that we are ready to twist and swing the ball. So stance, trigger, stride. When we pivot and point, the end of the bat should be pointing at where the ball is coming from. So if it's a high inside pitch, it should be right here. Just a middle right on pitch should be right here. So there's 9 spots, so high, inside, middle, outside, middle, inside, middle, outside, and low, inside, middle, outside. So then when you're swinging, you have to watch where the ball is coming, and that's where your pivot and point is. So the ball hits the right part of the bat. And so then we'll go, after you pivot and point, it's extend to contact, follow through. So the whole thing is stance, trigger, stride, pivot and point, extend to contact, follow through. Okay, now I'm going to show you all 9 spots and how like different positions my body is in when swinging in those 9 spots. So we'll start with high, inside, and then we'll stay on the inside and go to the middle and the outside. So high inside is stance, trigger, stride, pivot and point, extend the contact, follow through. Middle inside is about your belly button, and that's stance, trigger, stride, pivot and point, extend the contact, follow through. Low inside, that's kind of like the thigh down to the knee. So stance, trigger, stride, pivot and point, extend contact, follow through. So when you have to hit low balls or outside, you have to tilt your body to get to them. Now we're going to do the middle, so middle high. So stance, trigger, stride, pivot and point, extend to contact, follow through. Middle, middle, stance, trigger, stride, pivot and point, extend to contact, follow through. Low, middle, stance, trigger, stride, pivot and point, extend to contact, follow through. Now we're going to do outsides. So high outside, stance, trigger, stride, pivot and point, extend to contact, follow through. Middle outside, stance, trigger, stride, pivot and point, extend to contact, follow through. And low outside, stance, trigger, stride, pivot and point, extend to contact, follow through. And when you're hitting, you want to picture the ball coming in each of those spots so you can hit it not on the handle or the end of the bat. So when you're batting, you want all of those steps to be in one fluid motion to look smooth, and you don't want it staggered out like how I demonstrated it, because then you're never going to hit the ball that way. And when hitting, after you're done hitting, you want to make sure your chin is on the other shoulder. So it starts out on this shoulder. By the time we're done, it should be to that shoulder. because that means you're watching the ball the whole way. So if you miss the ball and the ball's in the catcher's glove, that's where your head should be watching the ball. I think one of the biggest aspects in softball, especially in hitting, is your mentality. Because if you don't go up to the plate with the mentality that I'm going to hit this ball over the fence, you're not going to hit the ball because you're going to get frustrated, you're not going to have the confidence, and you're going to be swinging at garbage that's not what you should be swinging at. Softball is not only a skill game, but it's a very mental game. Anything you do, you have to be mentally confident during softball, because if you don't, that's going to cause errors and you're going to screw up and hurt the team.